Hello. Welcome back. Today we're reacting to good old Brett Cooper. Kamala's major election night fails. This is going to be hilarious.
So by now, I think we all know how election day played out. Well, at least for one party. You know, we saw Barron vote for the first time. Melania posted that photo. We saw Trump
fucking
making
tall.
jokes and hanging out with Dana White and Elon Musk. We saw him straightening his tie in that iconic photo before he went on stage.
Considering how tall his parents
victory
are,
speech.
like,
Jesus. What was happening on the other side? What was happening on the side of joy? Where was Kamala? What happened at Howard University? Well, we're going to break it down for you today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the comment section channel if you've not already, and of course, ring that notification bell to make sure that you stay up to date on all of our episodes. All right, so while Trump set up his base at his home in Mar-a-Lago in the Palm Beach Convention Center, Kamala had her HQ at her alma mater, Howard University. And I hate to say it, guys, but this is just another example of how her desperate attempts at relatability and authenticity just backfired for the entirety of this campaign. Like, that was for sure a campaign strategy to remind people, especially black voters, that she's one of them. She's just a simple middle-class girl going back to her roots at Howard, but people saw right through that. Maybe that was not even super strategic. Maybe she just wanted to have it there. I don't know, but people did not like it. Like, it would have been so much better if she were just in DC at some kind of country club, or if she was back in San Francisco. That would be even more relatable and understandable for her. Like, she is vice president. She is a career politician. Go hobnob with your friends at the VP
or her
mansion
sorority, considering she had a party over there.
Howard. And from the get-go, my friends, the day started out rocky for her after clips went viral of her knocking doors the night before, which, by the way, just doesn't seem like...
Oh, I saw that. It was so cringe.
But alas, she was. Just watch.
This isn't the one I saw. I literally saw one where she was telling them, yo, I wanted to knock on doors. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll head back inside and we'll stage it.
I mean, whatever. They talk, they cry, they hug, they do all of that. But the real crux of this issue and the virality surrounding these clips came from what we saw afterwards. And this just absolutely killed me because Democrats spent weeks telling us all how fake Trump was, that he didn't actually work at McDonald's. You know, the garbage truck, that was just a stunt. Duh, obviously. And then Kamala was caught in 4K telling voters to go back in their homes so that she could walk up and door knock.
Yeah, this is the clip I saw.
Oh, you want to do a door knock?
Weird, dude.
They go back inside.
I mean, there's that one clip of her where they have the boom mic on and they're recording her and she's at a bar saying we need to appeal to younger voters, to men and shit, and they're like trying to whisper that shit, and it's picking up that she turns around. She's like, oh, we're recording? Oh, I didn't know that. They're creepy. I'd be more inclined to vote for the Wicked Witch of the East before I ever voted for her. Wicked Witch of the East would have at least been honest, been like, we're gonna send flying monkeys to take all your children.
Fake.
I would have still voted for her over Kamala.
There she is. She's getting her little moment. She's standing in front of the door. She's door knocking. I mean, come on. Authenticity for sure. Now, speaking of authenticity, the morning of the election only got worse for after those clips went viral from the night before. It got worse when she was caught chatting on the phone with voters, aka doing nothing of the sort.
You did, thank you.
That's a camera.
Girl, I mean, Kamala, where are your staffers? If you're gonna do a fake phone call, at least have like a screenshot of the phone app pulled up. Like, her camera app was wide open. If you have an iPhone, you know that it doesn't work that way when you're on the phone. You know, I mean, it's just like, ugh, no one was on the other line. Fake.
Not how FaceTime works either.
The jokes just write themselves. And that morning, they were writing desperation. A desperation that I'm sure only got worse when she saw what Jill Biden wore to go vote this morning. Just take a look at little old Jill's outfit.
Oh, yeah, she was wearing all red.
She's making a statement in all red. Not red, white, and blue to be patriotic and unifying. Red. All
Republican
the way down,
red.
to toe red wave. And look at her face. She looks proud. She looks like she has a pep in her step, like she's ready to go greet the day, like she just drank her morning cup of Armra. Guys, if you are like me, then I'm sure you're always on the lookout for something to boost your immune strength, which I definitely needed during this election cycle, which is why I take Armra colostrum every single day. Armra is truly the gift that keeps on giving. And if you don't know, colostrum is the milk that cows produce right after giving birth. It is incredibly rich in nutrients and antibodies. It is basically liquid gold. And cows actually produce way more than they actually need for their calves. So Armra takes this substance and they dry it down into a powder to help your skin, your lungs, and your gut barriers. Armra colostrum optimizes your microbiome and activates cellular health and performance to revive whole body health. And you guys know that I love natural products, especially those that are derived from grass-fed cows, my favorite animals. I have some of those myself, and I'm happy to tell you that Armra products are clean, they are safe, they are backed by extensive research, manufactured under the most rigorous testing and quality standards in CGMP and FDA certified facilities. With our environment evolving and everyday chemicals, pollutants, pathogens, and processed ingredients threatening our mental and physical state, our bodies need protection now more than ever. And I'm sure going into this election, Jill Biden felt like she needed that as well, especially to do a little bit of trolling, which Armra, in my opinion, gives me the energy to do that every day on the show. So if you want to give Armra a try, I've worked out a special offer for you guys. Right now, you will receive 15%
Say
off
it
your
backwards,
first order.
it's still
So
Armra.
Cooper or enter Cooper at checkout to get 15% off your first order. Again, that is tryarmra.com/Cooper. Somebody commented and said, Jill Biden FLOTUS has not posted on X since the middle of October. Nothing in support of Kamala Harris. Today, she shows up in red at the polls. She is managing Trump-level trolling right now, the smartest thing she's done in 4 years. I'm actually proud of her. Another person said,
yeah, that was hilarious.
Jill wore all red to vote. As the wife of a Democrat politician, the Democrat president, there is no way she doesn't know how this looks. Biden and Jill are pissed. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't they be pissed at the party that made a mockery of them and held a literal coup to push her husband out of office and install Kamala Harris just so that they could get the campaign funds from—
Yeah, that was insane, dude. Biden won and then they pushed his ass out for Kamala, who was dead last in terms of the nominees who people nominated to vote for to represent the Democratic Party. She was dead fucking last. Like that's insane.
From her husband. Like, I genuinely think—
Oh, but she clearly qualifies, even though she was dead last. No one wanted her. Everyone voted for everyone else except her.
I think that all the jokes about Dark Brandon and his sly attempts to campaign against Kamala are real. And I felt even more certain of this when we all learned that Biden would not be attending Kamala's watch party and hopeful victory party later that evening. Daily Wire reported this and said, President Biden will not attend Kamala's election night watch party. The president will watch the election results less than 2 miles away. Less than 2 miles away.
It would have been even more funny, even funnier, if if Biden had gone to the Mar-a-Lago and watched that shit with Trump. And like straight up, like before Trump took stage, Biden comes on and he's like, I'd like to congratulate this man. Perfectly articulates, I'd like to congratulate this man on winning the election. This clearly rigged election that kicked me out when I was voted in.
Is key here because Howard University is in DC. Biden would not have even had to board Air Force One. He would have just had to get in the car, and he still declined. And my friends, that speaks volumes. Trouble in paradise. I'm sure that it made tensions worse, which is maybe why Kamala stayed in hiding all day and literally did not speak to her voters. Like, genuinely, guys, she did not speak at all. Her fans and her voters were posted up outside of Howard University for hours on end. Some of them had even been there for more than a day, and there was no word from her. And, you know, the night went on, the race got tighter, it got worse for her. People got agitated, and obviously, because it was like 11 p.m., no word from her, they started to leave, and still nothing. It really seemed like the joy was officially gone. I mean, just listen to this.
Effectively where things are at the end of the evening, but I got to tell you, Savannah, on a day when
at least come out and say something, like, regardless of who wins or loses, remember to be peaceful. Like the vibes, this is a democracy. The people have chosen, the people have spoken.
Despite her effort to say that we're not going back, that
Nobody
they may be
crowd.
returning to the
there.
figures that haunted Democrats back in 2016, where they just didn't have enough to defeat Donald Trump. That go around, so many blank stares, glum faces, people not so much holding back tears, but certainly unable to crack a smile here. They had been handing out American flags early on. As some of the early numbers were out, they were cheering and waving those flags. But as the night progressed and they watched the returns come in, no more waving flags. In fact, they asked for the television to be muted here with the returns, with the exception of Hawaii, Colorado, other places.
They didn't even want to listen to her being defeated, like could not crack a smile. And their fearless, joyful Kamala was nowhere to be found for support. Like, if you're going to call yourself Kamala, you got to be there for your kids when times get tough, and she certainly was not. I mean, guys, we're probably going to have to cut the music out of this video, but you should know that the Kamala DJ is playing like, and it's just like dismal energy, which is why I keep saying this is literally a sitcom. It's funny.
She nodded like, no,
but guys,
no.
they were still
She a little
holding out
no.
hope. They were holding out hope that things would turn around, or that she would, you know, in the bare minimum, just show up to her own party, but she didn't. And instead, she sent somebody out on stage to cancel her speech.
That's wild, dude.
You won't hear from the vice president tonight, but you will hear from her tomorrow.
Like, what a fucking joke, dude.
The disappointment. Oh, somebody's still waving a flag, sadly. I mean, what a ridiculous move. She avoided it entirely. Great sign of a leader, right?
She fucking
you guys probably
turtled.
just dodged a bullet. And honestly, some of you seem
No,
to think
she
so
didn't win,
already.
dude.
One voter said, I'll say this. It was bad form for Kamala Harris to skip addressing supporters last night at Howard University. Many of us stood for hours eating dry granola and listening to a bad DJ. We knew the results weren't looking good. At least thank your supporters. But no.
Yeah.
She sent everybody home. She stayed in hiding until late in the day on Wednesday when she finally made an appearance and gave her concession speech at Howard University. Everybody had to come back to hear her talk. And honestly, I'll be fair, like that probably was her best speech yet. It was not angry. She didn't talk about Donald Trump. It was actually very similar to Hillary's concession speech, so she's not beating the plagiarism allegations there. And she actually read from the teleprompter, so that is a win. At least we understood what she was saying, and at least her people got to hear from her. Biden, though? Well, we still have not seen him. He did finally release a statement yesterday saying how much he admires Kamala, but interestingly, unlike the Obamas and other folks, he said nothing about Trump or what she was fighting against, this big evil that they have been up against. And Jill, well, according to White House sources, Jill, quote, hasn't stopped smiling since she came downstairs this morning, per a White House official. I mean, karma's a bitch, and I think that Jill just came out on top. I mean, guys, is this the U.S. government or is it Real Housewives? Either way, I've been entertained, and I hope you have too.
That was
Well,
fucking
guys, I hope you-
wild, dude. The fact that she didn't speak. I didn't know she didn't speak. She should have at least gone out and said something, man. Like, that's fucking wild, dude. Oh, man. She should have at least gone out and been like, you know what? We lost. It was a tight race. We tried our best. But what's important is that democracy prevails. You know, some shit like that. But she turtled. She turtled under the pressure. And that's who people wanted to elect as a leader. I still can't believe people are like, this country would rather burn before they elect a woman president. It's like, no, it's just that the people aren't that stupid. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I know people are seething right now that Trump won, and there are other people who are worried. And what I have to say to that is, we've had him in office for 4 years already. We've had both in office. We've seen what they can and can't do. And people are acting like this is the end of democracy as we know it. Which is fucking insane, dude. But I digress. I hope y'all enjoyed today's little reaction video. Let me know what y'all think. Have a civil discussion in the comments section. You know, don't hate on anyone. Don't attack anyone, you know. All in good fun. What's like, can't call ourselves American if we can't ridicule who's in office, you know? I'm sure Trump will have a blunder during these upcoming 4 years, and we'll all be able to meme that. You know, like, Trump's a walking meme fest, so we'll be able to meme him a lot, just like we've been memeing Biden and Kamala. Like, that's the beauty of free speech. It's like, regardless whether you like him or not, you can still at least make fun of him. You won't get banned off of Facebook or X for making fun of the president anymore. That's cool. No, you won't have senators trying to have you arrested for expressing free speech. Newsom, California's Governor Newsom. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.